It was, in many ways, the perfect syntactical storm. Wave after wave of cliches, trite metaphors, meaningless catchphrases, and extraneous redundancies pummeled this sleepy hamlet that nestles like a nest in the branches of the sea as its innocent denizens slept. Slept, sleeping, the sleep of the innocent. The first wave brought the similes and metaphors. The first similes struck like a bolt from the blue as the metaphors crept in on little cat feet. It was a 1-2 punch. One trite comparison to the gut, followed by awkward poetic imagery to the nose, and this welterweight of a town was reeling like a drunk. Almost before the metaphors had ended, the cliches began. An old codger, feeding pigeons on a park bench in front of the courthouse, reported that he hadn't seen such a storm since, quote, he was knee-high to a grasshopper. His geriatric compatriot concurred, saying he didn't believe such a storm had struck this crossroads since he was, quote, a twinkle in his daddy's eye. They were as old as Methuselah, but not nearly as rich as Croesus. At that point, two passers-by passed by. One asked the other, quote, hot enough for you? The other remarked that it wasn't so much the heat as it was the humidity. The cliches kept raining down like cats and dogs. I met a youngster named Timmy who rode by on his bike wearing a horizontally striped t-shirt and said, golly, mister, I thought my eyes would pop out of my head. He later pointed out that he couldn't believe his ears or see his hand in front of his face. This semantic cyclone, this rampage of rhetorical devices roared through this town like a freight train. And then, to add insult to injury, the meaningless catchphrases began. And oh snap to the jaw. No you didn't to the groin. Don't go there to the kneecap. And the final punishing blow. And or, like, you know, whatever, to the solar plexus, and this town was down for the count. But it will recover. It will recover to the tune of apocryphal anecdotes. As sure as George Washington chopped down a cherry tree and could not tell a lie. As sure as Abe Lincoln built the railroad with his bare hands. As sure as Al Gore claimed to have invented the internet. This town will rise again like the Phoenix, Tucson, or Flagstaff. But the recovery may not start anytime soon. Local authorities are reporting that tomorrow may bring puns and anagrams. John